Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Chibble, the GOAT of ring announcers. And you're listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.
I wonder if that face like just sticks on him. Like he just when he takes you, because he looks like he's taking his shit right there. He's got the thanker motion right now. I wonder. What's going on, Mama Tis?
Who's she?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
We got people watching. Against all of your attempts to make everybody hate us, people actually like watching.
I don't try to ever make anybody hate us, you know?
Welcome to the Marks Podcast. And
I did not try to swallow a cow this week.
No one was even going to bring that up, okay? So elephant in the room, right? Just band it off. So to distract everybody from Gerard. I'm not bald, and
I'm not.
Yeah, he's not. It needed to be done. Wasn't a big deal. And Gerard has been heckling me all before the show, all during the show, he'll probably heckle me during the show. So
now
again, I don't care. The reason I'm wearing a hat is because it's fucking cold. I did not realize how cold your head gets when you're fucking bald. That shit is freezing, and you're sweating at the same time.
You know, just so that you know, the dope smacks in the back of the head now have no padding.
Yeah. But no, like I said, it doesn't. I enjoyed it. I like the way it feels. It feels I'm happier now. I was starting to get a halo in the back of the head, so I was like, whatever. But it was just fucking cold as shit in this room.
Well, you know, I gotta say, for you being from Texas in that Texas heat and not having any sun in your damn head.
Well, apparently I was like warned that I'm gonna have to wear suntan lotion coming out the room from now on, or going outside.
Yeah.
I need to wear a hat, or my head will start bubbling. And she wasn't kidding.
I shaved my head one time like you got yours. I went to an amusement park with my wife. I ended up with turtle skin on my head.
The fuck is turtle skin?
If you've seen a turtle shell,
yeah,
your head turns into like a turtle shell where you can peel it in certain sections. It is not. How can I say? It is very painful, and it's like I said, it's not fun. Sleeping on a burnt head is not. Oh.
So you're gonna have to space monkey me every day, you know that, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Could be worse. I like it. I'm fine with it, actually.
I mean, put it this way, you know, Sunrun might want to put solar panels up there.
Oh yeah, it could be worse. I could look like that.
You could be worse. Yeah, but he's laughing at you.
He's not laughing at me because I wanted him to win that fucking case. So let's get into that. Yeah. Your favorite person in the world, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, has gone into private arbitration with Janelle Grant. I hate to say everybody who was giving me shit, I told you so, but, well, I told you so.
And all I can say is this. Was there ever any doubt that's where it was going?
Oh, how many people were busting our balls and giving us shit saying he's going to do this and he did this? No. How many fucking hecklers did Brock Lesnar get over this shit? Oh, she's here to help the victims. This isn't about money. And how many times did we say if it wasn't about money, she would have taken it to criminal court, not civil court?
Dan, if we listen to the home office up there in Panhandle, Texas.
Oh, well.
It's a good thing we don't listen to the Home Office and pay
Well, some people up there in the Panhandle, as Jim Cornette said, would be whistling "Stranger in Paradise" if they walked backwards into a cornfield.
So, I mean, but wait a minute. I think the Home Office has a for sale sign on it.
The Home Office is a toothless gummer who needs to shut the fuck up.
Like I said, I think he has. But when you look at this, and I can say this, with what happened with the lawsuit with the shareholders, with what happened with this lawsuit going private, my own personal feelings now, I'm hoping the third case that's against McMahon goes this same route. I'm actually hoping now. I'm more than ever hoping now it gets thrown out, the last one.
I know that one's near and dear to your heart. I want it to go the right route only because of your personal stake to it. I still think he's a piece of shit. I don't think that he had anything to do with what they're alleging him. I don't think your fucking mentor had anything to do with that shit. I think it's a fucking witch hunt. If I get proved wrong, I get proved wrong. But you know where I stand on it. I think that Vince made your mentor the fall guy for a bunch of shit. Now that he passed away, now his chickens are coming to roost. But I don't think that anything nefarious happened. We've talked in depth. How many times have we had the conversations about you and Mel and everything that's gone on and private stories we've talked about? And fuck anybody who wasn't there because you weren't there. I love this idea that everybody that wasn't there and everybody that wasn't even, well, some people that weren't even born during that time period have a fucking a PhD on what happened between Gerard, the Ring Boys, and Mel Phillips. I think that's a fucking amazing fucking, there must be psychics out there that we just didn't know. They have these superpowers like they're in the fucking boys. It's ridiculous.
And to see things like this, and I'm not saying Vince McMahon is an angel. I never have said it, and I never will say he's an angel. But even Chris Jericho, this week come out and said WWE didn't settle a lot of things because if you settle one, you open the floodgates for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to throw lawsuits at you just because you're willing to settle.
And I agree with that. I have my issue again, and I'm going to fucking clarify it for the umpteenth time. I don't like Vince McMahon, the person. Businessman, ruthless, whatever he was, that's his business. Do what the fuck you want. I don't like what he did to Ashley Mazzaro. I don't like how he handled Nancy Argentino's fucking situation with Jimmy Snuka. I don't like a lot of things. Shit, I've been one of the people that's willing to go out and say that I don't know if Rita Chatterton's story is all fucking cut and dry. I look at Rita Chatterton in the same breath as I look like at a fucking Janelle Grant. I think the motherfucker used his power. I think he's sexually harassing people. I think he did some fucked up things, but ultimately, some people chose to take the lesser of two routes.
She was supposedly the Hulk Hogan of referees.
But that's what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. The money she described, she's saying that he was going to pay her Hogan money. Aubrey Edwards, your favorite person, is not making Hogan money, and she's far more fucking relatable, nicer of a person, and marketable than fucking Rita Chatterton. I'm sorry. Rita Chatterton.
She's a better referee.
What?
Dan, she's a better referee than
Is it coming through?
No, hey, she is a better referee than Rita ever was too.
Can't hear you. What are you gonna say? No, what are you gonna say?
He wants in her pants. He's gonna tell her whatever it takes to get her in her pants.
Exactly.
She doesn't know $500,000 is not possible.
Well, if he wants in her pants, right? He's gonna tell her anything he wants, and she doesn't know that $500,000 is impossible. As a referee, that's look. I'll use. Oh, fuck, I don't want to use it. You're my wife.
I'll put it like this. I think at his height, Earl Hebner made $250.
And that's damn good money for a fucking referee.
Right. At Earl Hebner's height, and Mikey, we can say, let's put it like this. Earl Hebner and Mike Chioda. In the past, we could probably honestly say in history, let's just say in history, you're probably talking about 1 and 2 of the greatest referees of all time.
Yeah.
Okay? You're talking they were making $250,000 a year at their heyday. Right?
Yeah.
Rita was no Earl or Chioda.
She was a fuck. Yeah, but she
wasn't a Jessica Carr. She wasn't an Aubrey. Who's the blonde chick? She wasn't the blonde chick.
We're not talking about fucking physique and look. I'm talking about as far as a novelty. That's what she was. She was a novelty.
Put this
The
way:
issue I have is that
was she as much of a novelty as the Federettes?
I don't know about all that. But what I'm saying is, but the Federettes were like the Nitro Girls before the Nitro Girls.
Right.
What I'm saying is, at some point, and I know I'm going to fuck this up. At some point, somebody else has to have some accountability. You have a guy in a position of power, and this happens every day in corporate fucking America, who's offering you this for this. Basically, I'll bump you up here. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear because I want my dick wet. That's what he wanted. She believed him. For whatever it is, she believed him. He got what he wanted, and then what was the alleged story? You remember when I told you that you'd be fired if you slept with anybody that worked? You can't fraternize with him. You just did it. And he probably took a joy in that. And again, this is not me psychoanalyzing Vince. I'm not a fucking therapist. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm absolutely going to make an opinion here. We're talking about a guy who came from a trailer park, had nothing, was abused by his fucking mom, his sister, his sister's boyfriend, everything, and didn't, had a piss poor relationship in the beginning with his dad. Didn't meet him until he was 15 years old, right? He was, for all intents and purposes, cast to the wayside. Now he worked his way up. And again, I'll give him this. He did it. He worked his ass all the way to become a billionaire. A lot of that shit can lead to a person becoming sick and fucked in the head. We know how fucked in the head he is with the way he talked to his own fucking son, saying, if you don't stab me with this steak knife, I have to take that into consideration. Now, how fucked is that? We know that he's done things with women as far as fucking wrestling. He's admitted to it. He did the whole interview with Playboy magazine where he talked about how he cheated on Linda, how he did this. And he goes, but I'm honest about it. I'm honest about it, pal. I tell my wife all the time that I got all these girls and we do. And he asked me, I'll tell her because I'm a good man. He's a piece of shit. We have the fucking testimonies of a Paul London, who I truly believe, the former fucking boyfriend of Ashley Mazzaro, that he would go to her hotel room and she said no. She said no. She had more respect for her fucking self to say no. And what did they do? So they go to fucking Iraq. Was it Iraq? Or Kuwait? Kuwait. She gets fucking, what happens to her happens to her. I'm not going to repeat it. And they admittedly now throw it under the rug. So
I want to say one comment to this. Is he a womanizer or a man in power who uses that power to his advantage?
Are you trying to paint him as in a better light by saying that? Because that is bullshit.
Because some poor schmuck on a corner. Hey, some poor schmuck on a corner can be a womanizer. He just has a great game.
He's a womanizer in a position of power. It could be both. He has power, so he uses it. He's a fucking piece of shit. I like my description a whole lot better.
If he wasn't in power, because he's not in power anymore, is he still a womanizer?
So what equals power? Yes.
Money. Does he still have that?
I hate this whole setup right now.
I'm only asking today. Is he still in that same kind of position? No,
because he has this.
Yeah, but he's not in the same position anymore.
Okay, so he's not so the one thing that came out of all this, granted, I think that Janelle Grant's full of shit. I've always said, I need to hear the whole story. And as we've heard it, as we watch her wonderful press conferences,
Oh, God.
I made my mind up on what I thought of her personally. I don't believe that, I think this all came down to money. It didn't come down to fucking the salvation of women. It came down to money. And her whole accepting arbitration came down to fucking money.
Not accepting it.
Oh, no, requesting it. Begging for it.
And I think she screwed up the other day by talking about the emails.
Yeah. So, she is. And she saw a guy who had money. She took advantage of it, let him take a dump on her fucking chest or whatever allegedly happened. And then she put herself out there because she wanted to be the victim. We were in a time when people, hi, Johnny Depp, Amber fucking Heard. We're at a time where fucking a woman could claim that I did X, Y, and Z, and they would believe her over me. And look, I've been through it before.
Blake Lively.
We could go down the whole list.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't change that I still think he's a piece of shit who used his power, used his position, and held it over women. You don't believe me? One of your favorite people asked Francine. They told her, put a little oil on your tits and go there and ask Vince whatever he needs. You'll take care of it. He's not a good person.
And nobody ever. I'm going to put. Listen, okay?
Don't you tell me that you haven't tried to fucking white knight for him.
I'm going to put you like this. So, somebody came out this week in defense of Vince, okay? Saying that Vince needs to go back to being in charge.
Oh, yeah, I know who that was.
Okay?
Teddy
Long. Teddy Long.
Holla, 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 holla,
Okay.
holla, 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 holla.
And all I say about that is this. If it was for business only, keywords, business only, I'd have no problem with that.
I don't think you need him to do that. I think he's written a pretty good blueprint of what you need to do business-wise to run the fucking business.
Right.
Quit fucking out your core audience. Treat the fucking... Because let's be honest, he wasn't always great with business.
Let's be honest. He wasn't always great with creative.
Oh, creative was shit, but in his business, he would have to cherry pick the business side of it. Right. Because if you tell me that he was great to the wrestlers, you're full of shit.
No, but I'm just saying is though, did he know how to put asses in seats? Absolutely.
Financially, yes, but not from booking. Look, I've done. You and I have gone back and forth on Vince, and we've argued. That's just probably the only thing we actually argue about. I find that hilarious because you and I. We should butt heads, you being a fucking Yankee and I'm being a fucking Southerner. And I don't mean by Yankee as in New York. Calm down. Hold
on. If you're going to bring that up, wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus. Are you going to start playing George Strait again? Is that what you're going to start doing?
No. Red Sox beat the Rangers. I just had to say it.
I'm not talking about baseball. I'm talking about position in the States. Okay? You and I should butt heads about just about everything, and we don't. I find that to be a wonderful thing. But I've been doing a lot of... Go ahead. No,
I just had to point out the fact that Red Sox beat the Rangers again. That's all.
Rangers have been sucking for years. Just so have the Cowboys. We have to. I don't know if you usually like WCCW, right?
Yes.
You're familiar with Bill Watts, correct?
As a promoter, yes. What he actually did, no.
Okay, so as far as Mid-South Wrestling and how he ran, when he had his own...
How he ran other companies into the ground, no.
No, I don't think he ran a company to the ground. Mid-South was doing fabulous business. When he went over to work for Turner and he worked for the book for WCW... That's when he pissed a bunch of people off because he was starting to find people, and the whole fucking people hated the whole going over the top rope thing. He went back to the old NWA style. Anyway, but one of his famous quotes was he was going to get back to having wrestling in the ring and people whooping ass in the ring and not having it be a macabre cartoon. And that's the style of wrestling I loved. Say what you want about WCCW. Yes, they had characters like the Missing Link. Yes, they had Abdullah the Butcher. Yes, they had Bruiser Brody. But if you look at them, they were realistic. Other than like the Missing Link, other than like fucking Kamala.
We talk about all the time about two guys that you wanted to see. You could care less how bad they wrestled, how good they wrestled.
Gino fucking Hernandez.
Gino and Chris Adams.
Yes.
You want to see their interviews every week.
But they were real. They felt real.
Contrary like that.
Contrary to that, WWF, everything that Vince has touched has been a fucking gimmick. And I don't like that wrestling. There's only one guy that I can tell you that I enjoyed who was a gimmick. And again, we could argue that it's the greatest gimmick in wrestling history, and that's The Undertaker.
Well, let me ask you this. We can say this. The best heel of all time never felt fake. And that
because I feel like that was him. So what are we talking? We talked about Dwayne Johnson and Steve Austin, right?
I'm talking about Piper.
But he wasn't. That wasn't a gimmick. See, what Vince did that was brilliant, right? And I'll never knock him for this. I think it destroyed wrestling, but I think I'll never knock him because it was a brilliant move. He went to every territory. He got the fucking Valentines. He got the Pipers. He got the Hogans. He
became then what would be considered the LA Dodgers today. He signed every top free agent. And you know what?
And even some that weren't free agents. Fucking don't give me that bullshit. He went in there and what?
You're fine. I'm just saying
you're in.
I have a voice. Okay.
So
even when we can't hear you, you still have a voice. Don't worry about that.
Yes, you always have a voice.
Well, I'm Italian, so yeah.
So what got me and what really bugged me is that he did what he accused Eric Bischoff of doing for years. He pillaged every fucking territory and took the finest fruit from every fucking garden. And he was good at that. He was a great businessman. But what he did was make a bunch of fucking cartoon characters. Duke the Dumpster Drozy, Bastion Booger, Doink the Clown, and all that gimmick shit sucked.
Who was the hockey player?
The Goon. Not to be confused with my goons, but the Goon. He did all this, and it sucked. You know how? You want to know how you know it sucked? Because when he did Black Sunday, and he took over WCW's, Crockett Promotions' time on Turner Networks, the shit didn't last 6 months because the audience fucking couldn't stand it. He then parlayed that into getting WrestleMania paid for by Jim Crockett. Vince was always a shitty fucking booker. Let's just say what it was. He got lucky. He got lucky because a guy named from South Texas, from Edna, Texas, named Steve Williams showed up, who was already a fucking phenomenal technician. Watch his work with Brian Pillman as the Hollywood Blondes. Came over to WWF from ECW after Paul Heyman taught him how to have a voice. And when they let Steve Austin actually be Steve Austin, it changed. You know what? You know, people talk about the King of the Ring and how the phrase Austin 3:16 says, "I just whooped your ass," changed the trajectory of his career, right? I don't think that was it for me. I think one of the ones that really did it for me was he's sitting there and they're interviewing him and he's talking about challenging Bret Hart. Now, Bret Hart was, again, everybody knows how I feel about Bret Hart. I don't give a fuck what he says. That man can fucking do anything. He's earned it for everything he's been through and everything he's done. Bret Hart chose Steve Austin because he also said he saw Steve Austin coming before anybody else did because Bret had a decent mind for that man had a mind for the business and still has a mind for the business. Well, he told Bret Hart, if you put an S in front of the name Hitman, you have my exact opinion on Bret Hart. I am the best there is. When he would talk shit to Bret Hart, isn't that everything you wanted to tell somebody when you were pissed off at him? Hell, some of those quotes I would love to tell Gerard some days, but that, like, he was brilliant and his verbal acumen. What Stone Cold Steve Austin learned from ECW and brought to WWF at the time changed the dynamic of wrestling because it showed that there are some real human beings behind these characters. Shortly after that, we had a fellow named Dwayne Johnson. I've stolen his haircut. But we had a fellow named Dwayne Johnson who came on and 3 words, die, Rocky, die. And Dwayne Johnson, who was supposed to get a 2 fucking minute promo, got a 10-minute promo. 3-1.
He had 31 seconds of
and he turned that into one of the greatest fucking runs of all time because he was allowed to be himself. He wasn't fucking Rocky Maivia. Yay! I'm gonna do the best I can. My finisher's of atomic drop. He was allowed to be himself.
And we've said it before, and I think we've said, I don't know how many times we've said it.
But Gerard,
the best characters are the people who are allowed to be themselves. Listen, we can say it 3 million times till we're blue in the face. Ric Flair and Ric Flair probably ain't too far apart from being the same guy.
He said it. He said that everything he was saying on TV was him. Arn Anderson, right? Men loved Arn Anderson because he was the toughest some bitch in the room. Okay, if you watch Yellowstone, right?
No.
You never watch Yellowstone? Okay, there's a character on there named Rip Wheeler, and he's the baddest motherfucker in the room, right? No one fucks a Rip because he'll kick your ass. That was Arn Anderson back then. He looked like your fucking neighbor who was a plumber who could kick your ass. He's the guy you go, Arn, there's some shit going down at the bar. We need you. I'm on my way. He's that guy.
Yeah.
And how many fucking kids and men, and they're between the ages of 20 and 40, are going, that's my motherfucker right there. Ric Flair, flashy fucking. Some people thought he was a little bit like this until they started talking about fucking women.
When he brings Space Mountain into it, to where people who gone to Disney could actually, okay, wait a minute, hold on. I've been to Disney.
Longest line, oldest ride. But again, look back at some of those things. Look back. And that time period, people were looking for someone to gravitate to. The Rock and Roll Express. What did Ric Flair say about them? He said, you can have your little training bras and teeny bopper bullshit. I want a woman. That was his character. And he said it himself. He spent more money on spilt liquor across this country than you make in a year being Ric Flair. And when he's broke now because he spent a lifetime playing that character.
And see, and that's where I go with the fact of he didn't know where to draw the line between the character and the man. And that's my thing of that is this, okay? How many times we always heard Stone Cold say, Stone Cold Steve Austin made the money, Steve Williams spent the money.
Well, but what I'm also saying is to be themselves, okay, where Steve Austin was an extension of Steve Williams.
Yes.
Where The Rock was an extension of Dwayne Johnson. Ric Flair found a gimmick and he turned into that gimmick.
But that's what I'm saying is how many guys, when the lights are off, can go back to being themselves?
I think that it's easier for someone like a Steve Austin because
Correct.
Steve Austin is that motherfucker.
Right.
I think that Richard Fleer was Richard Fleer, and then the excess and the celebrity of Ric Flair turned him into Ric Flair.
Which goes back to Vince McMahon and Mr. McMahon.
But the thing about Mr. McMahon,
yes,
he was, I believe, in my heart of hearts, he was that womanizing piece of shit. He was that asshole to his own children. He was that guy who wanted gimmicks done about his daughter and son fucking. He wanted gimmicks about him impregnating his own daughter because he was fucked. Granted, the guy wasn't on stable ground to begin with. Read the fucking... Look, again, don't have to make this up. Don't have to speculate this shit. He said it himself in interviews. His mother did things to him. His sister's boyfriend and her did things to him. He once took a girl out in the woods and put crushed leaves inside of her because he thought it was interesting. He's that guy. This is not fiction. This is not a speculatory thing. This is things that came out of his own fucking mouth. Things that came out of his mouth from his son. He took a steak knife and said, "You're going to have to stab me in the fucking heart." And he was dead serious. That is the guy that you're dealing with. I argue that the character Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, is far tamer than the real man himself, because the real man is a piece of shit. And it hurt me to say that a long time ago because I looked up to him. Call me crazy, but a guy who started from nothing and built himself into a billionaire, hey, I think that's someone you can respect and look up to until you find out what's...
Well, hey, listen, I'll tell you this right now. All you got to do is look yesterday. Some guy who years back was poor and broke growing up in South Africa, yesterday became the first trillionaire.
Yeah, and that's good for him. And I'm sure there's plenty of things about Elon that people don't like, and great. I have no issue with Elon.
Well, he has 14,
Elon,
how many wives?
Okay, but the thing is, Elon's not out here openly doing the shit that fucking Vince did.
No. Let's put it like this, okay? And we can all say this. People who make money like that didn't do it all legit.
You don't know that.
You stepped on some toes to get everybody, all these billionaires, they stepped on some toes to get to where they are. We could all admit that, okay? The differences between what these guys have done and somebody like Vince.
If you do something,
you have. I was gonna say is in the wrestling world, you have these internet trolls, you have these wrestling gossip sheets that live and die to destroy that man.
I know you're not putting us in that same spectrum.
No.
I don't live and die to destroy Vince.
No.
I tell the fucking truth from my perspective, what he is. Now, in that truth, bringing
if he
it back.
Come on this show, I know you'd be honest with him.
Oh, absolutely. In that spectrum, though, in that realm, I don't think he did shit to Jill Grant that she didn't want. I don't think he did shit to anybody that he didn't say, hey, if you do this, I'll do this. And they said, okay. Rena Lesnar came back to the company after he allegedly sexually harassed her.
Yeah, she had 18 million reasons to do it.
Okay. Money talks, bullshit walks, right? Money talks, bullshit walks. Is a thing old as time.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. And she's married to
Brock,
who is she
who is
married
really
to?
close with Vince, who almost said that he would never work for WWE without him being there. Once walked out of the fucking company because they fired Vince. So, okay, let me ask you this. Me and you I would consider you like family, right, Gerard? You and I had something, we're cool, we're brothers, right? I did something with your wife years ago. Would we be friends right now?
You want to be at the top of my list for my number one employee.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Clearly, some of these people did things. Maybe some of them regret it. Maybe some of them don't. I think the name Christy Hemme comes to mind. Is that a alleged person, right?
Well, I look at it like this.
Yeah, because it times out with her getting the belt. She said no and then got demoted after.
Well, I look like this too. Is you look at some of these women, they had the choice to do Playboy. Okay, let's just say like it is. They had the choice to do Playboy. They went.
Okay, but let me ask you this: did they have the choice, or were they coerced? Hey, if you do this, I'll make it up. I'll do this for you later.
Well, here's my question for you: when you're doing Playboy, you don't talk to Vince McMahon. You talk to Hugh Hefner. And as much as everybody wants to praise Hef, I guarantee you, Hef was more of that guy than Vince McMahon ever could be.
Okay, you can talk all the shit you want about Hefner, but he didn't deny what the fuck he was.
No.
He walked around every year or every fucking month with a new girl. Look, Hugh Hefner never pretended to be anything other than Hugh
The
Hefner.
epitome. Hey, we can all say it. The epitome of a womanizer.
Absolutely. He made a business on it.
And you know what? Nobody ever criticized him because why?
Because he made it clear of what he was. The problem that people have with Vince, again, coming from someone who has that problem, the problem that I have with Vince is he's full of shit. That's my problem with Vince. Cold cut, just cut it down the middle. He's full of shit. Now, do I think he fucking did this shit to Janelle? I don't believe it. She's going to fucking arbitrate, willingly asking for arbitration because it's about money. She's dumb as shit.
How dumb does Laurinaitis feel right now since he settled with her?
He's a fuck with that. He was that sack of rocks.
You don't separate.
He should have stuck by Vince.
All we are is right back to where we started from. That's all we are. It should have just gone to private arbitration anyway. It just came full circle.
Okay. I'm telling you right now, she has to be, and again, my opinion, the dumbest of all the women he's fucked around with. And I think that's why she was an easy target.
She looks like she belongs in the Mormon church. No offense to anybody in the Mormon church.
Okay, calm down there, Latter-day Saints. Chill out. Whoa.
Listen, she looks like, she came right out of, how can I say, Lancaster, PA, in the Amish and stuff like that. No offense.
You don't think that's by design to make her look innocent and sympathetic?
For real.
It's like they kept using a 20-year-old picture. 20-year-old picture of her in the ads to make her look like a victim.
I'm talking about the way she looked in that press conference. Listen, okay,
But she brought her laptop up there to read her speech.
Oh, that was just atrocious.
Come on, dude!
She looked like every 8th grade kid's teacher that they couldn't stand.
Of course they did. She did, Gerard. That was the point. And everybody bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Post, fucking What Culture, all of them bought it. But I'm fucked up. I'm jaded. I don't trust not one motherfucker on this planet because I'm so fucked up and jaded. So I can see a fucking a Mark, welcome to the show, a mile away. When she was doing the research on it, again, we stuck to the same fucking narrative. I don't like Vince because of the way he treated the people that said no. And how he did he did Ashley. The whole reason I met you is because of a crusade to do right by Ashley Mazzaro. And it finally came out and they admitted they knew about the shit that happened in Kuwait. They knew about it and they were wrong. And now the motherfucker who was at the head of that fucking snake will never get in his own fucking Hall of Fame. And he will probably die with people still thinking he's a piece of shit. I've won.
All we're gonna do, hey, we watched the Hogan documentary. When Hogan said, "I know where all the bodies are buried," I put no doubt in saying he probably does. Because
I don't hate Terry Bollea. I don't. I'm sorry he passed away. It came out that he died of natural causes, apparently. Great. I'm glad that there's no, whatever.
Shenanigans there.
Yeah, and there doesn't have to be a long fucking court case to find out what happened or investigation. I'm glad. I think he died at peace. I think if you talk to Brooke, and I think she's an innocent in a lot of the stuff. I don't think she's the brightest bulb, but I think that she's absolutely she's done the best to wash the stain of the shit that her dad left on her. I'm not a big fan of the kid, the son.
One thing, me and you ain't here talking if it ain't for Hogan anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I would never deny that. I'll never deny the contributions that Hulk Hogan made. Again, we wouldn't be here having this conversation. But at least I think Hogan did the best he could to atone for the fucking monstrous things he did. I think that we're talking about unionization. We're talking about everything that needs to be done. I think that Hogan, when he tried to stop that years ago because of what he did to, I can't stand Jesse Ventura either because of what he did to Chris Kyle's fucking widow. But I think a lot of these guys, they deserved some fucking peace. I don't want Vince to be buried in the ground. I don't want fucking knives and fucking torches and pitchforks at Vince. I just want it to be fucking, I got what I wanted. I don't think he'll ever get in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he'll ever be looked at and revered in a positive light again, other than the crazy people like you who find a way to fucking say something positive about him. I think that he's done enough damage.
Well,
he's fucked himself.
We don't know what kind of grandfather he is. We don't, he's still a grandfather.
Great. I don't give a shit. I don't give one fuck. If he's the greatest grandfather of all time, good.
The story has come out that Stephanie and Triple H's oldest daughter changed her whole way of thinking about wanting to join the family business because of what Vince has done. Which, if that is the case, that she doesn't want to be part of the family business because of...
It's not their business anymore.
No, what I'm saying is she doesn't want to be part of the family thing anymore because of her grandfather.
Being a fucking womanizing piece of shit?
Well,
So she's going to go into a business where someone could do that to her? Wow, good for her for seeing the fucking writing on the wall.
So what you're saying is if you're part of that, you always going to end up part of that?
No, because Shane proved himself. Shane went off and did stuff on his own and became very successful on his own.
How do you know that his granddaughter can't do the same?
I'm sure she can. Good for her. I said good for her. I said good for her.
Because Kai Trump looked like she's doing pretty good to me.
I never said that she had to join the family business there. Calm down, Looney Tunes. Shit. What I'm saying is that business is not a family business anymore. That business became corporatized.
No, it's more corporate now than freaking, it's more corporate than the NFL.
And that being said, that was because he threw a fucking tantrum and he got hustled out of his own company. He got sharked out of his own.
Listen, I'll tell you what, Dan. I'll take some of that hustle money.
Great, but he's never look. You know the guy better than I do. Do you think he's happy? Honestly, with the way things turned out and where he's at now, would you say that
he's an egomaniac? No freaking way is he happy.
With the way that deal went down, and
he's an egomaniac. He is somebody who lives off of his own ego, and I'm pretty sure you could agree with that.
Oh, 100%. One of the few things we will ever agree on. But why wouldn't I be happy about that? Just desserts.
Well,
fate is a motherfucker. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. And destiny dictated he put himself in a position where he had all this time in life to not be a statistic. He had all this time in life to turn his shit around and not be a product of his upbringing. I had to do it myself. This one will tell you that my upbringing and some of the dark tales that happened and the troubles that I was in, but I had to turn that around because I could not continue the cycle of insanity.
Let me ask you this, Dan. In his own guilt, has Vince McMahon revealed too much about his own life?
In his guilt, no. In his stupid desire to make sure his life is put there for a public fucking viewing, yes.
So he's revealed too much about his own life.
He's told his own story on fucking television.
Yes. And when you reveal too much about your own life, what can people do?
What do you mean?
People can use that shit against you, right?
Absolutely.
I don't think he's ever, how can I say, because of the abuse he suffered as a child, I don't think Vince ever put down his own defense mechanism. And he's always been, how can I say, on the defense.
No, okay.
On the defense while being on the offense.
I would believe you. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much detail into your life, okay? But you had someone in your life that did something that you didn't agree with, and there was an addiction issue, right? I, too, had every opportunity to become like the one that raised me. I had every opportunity to go down that dark path that they did, become abusive, become addicted, become everything that they were. And I made a conscious decision that I would not continue that path. I would not continue that legacy of violence.
Let me ask you this though, and how you just said that. and I'm only speculating here, could there be any medical condition to where that man has, to where that choice was stolen from him?
Absolutely not. Because if you want to talk about that, I'm also on the fucking spectrum. So if anybody
we all are. Hell, we all are today.
But what I'm saying is,
you're on something today.
I would absolutely have sympathized had I not gone through the same shit. Yes. Good.
In my opinion, as we are not clinicians, I think the difference is where some people make the conscious decision not to be the predator, and they work their life around to make the change to not be that predator. He made the choice to no longer be a victim. And you're not a victim when you become the predator. And so I think his efforts to never have those things happen to him again, never to be in a position where he is at someone else's mercy, at someone else's need, he put himself in that position and made everyone else
and that's
come
what
to
I'm
him.
asking you.
That's the difference.
Can he have any kind of medical condition? And like I said, we're not all doctors, to where he had to take his defense and turn it onto offensive, and it became a medical condition for him.
Okay, well then I'm going to counter that.
I think it became a mental condition. I think he has. I would argue he would have some sort of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Based on what he went through, but instead of at that time when there was no mental health, there was no help, there was no talking about that stuff. He channeled it the best way he knew how and empowered himself the best way
put it on television.
he knew how.
Yeah, he put it on.
What I will say is this, Gerard, you and I are from a mentality and from a lifestyle where if you get hurt, you put fucking dirt on that shit and you keep going. If you think that you're mentally ill, you're a pussy. Suck it up.
Hey, because guess what? We grew up in the era of
the ass whooping.
If you ain't got to go to the hospital, shut the hell up.
Yeah, if that shit ain't broken, keep fucking going.
Yep.
And he did too.
Yep.
And I'll absolutely say there is an argument to be made that the things that happened to him, which I know a great deal of, can affect someone. But it's up to that person to make the decision not to put that pain on other people. And he chose the latter. He chose to hurt people. He chose to do bad things to people. And he chose to use his position of power.
This comment, I just want to say, he became an abuser because he was abused. Is a couple? No.
Absolutely.
If he's saying that, correct.
No, but what I'm saying is there are plenty of people out there that will say that.
Right, correct. And to my recollection, he's never come out and said that. Okay? Now, has he shown that? We can both agree. Has he shown that?
No, he just took it out on his kids and his fucking employees.
Has he shown that he became an abuser because he was abused?
No. He was just a cruel piece of shit to his fucking kids and his employees. And again, one of the saddest things I've ever heard, and it's because of you, I heard this story. Shane McMahon gets done getting thrown off the top of the fucking cell. He comes back. He gives a hug from his dad. He feels a pat on his back. And for the first time in his life, he breaks down in tears because he feels like his dad is patting him on the back. Come to find out, it was his own son tapping his back. Shane, at 40 plus years old, is in tears because after 40 years of being on this earth, his father patted him on the back and said, "Good job." Now, time out. You're a father, Gerard. Your son knows you love him, doesn't he? In every conversation we've had, that little shit knows that you love him.
I'm glad you put it just like that.
And I'm not going into personal conversations, but even when he does shit you don't agree with, he knows you love him. Your daughter knows you love her. And it didn't take 40 years for you to tell them, "I'm proud of you."
All Shang has ever wanted is to be enough. and get acceptance from his father, and he still doesn't have it.
Well, I'll put you like this, because when I worked around him and stuff like that, I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way, because I felt this way up until his passing. Up until the time my father's passing, I never felt, and it's been 16 years, I never felt up to his standards, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think Shane, no matter what he did, because when I worked there, no matter what Shane could do, it wasn't up to Vince's standards.
But you also told me that working with Shane, that motherfucker, even though he was the boss's kid, was the hardest fucker worker in the room.
And why? Because of the fact he knew he knew nothing. He knew nothing that he did, or should I say, everything that he tried to do was to impress Pops.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something about my old man.
He could
and
not
I don't talk about my old man a lot, but I'm going to tell you about my old man. My old man came from nothing, worked his way up to where he was at now, finally retired. Never in my life did I ever feel like my old man didn't love me. From the fucking, and when he got on to me, no matter what, my old man was hard. And when I say hard, my brother would have described him as brutal.
Dan, wait a minute, hold on. Don't mistake love for.
Hold on.
Because you can love your child. Doesn't mean you're proud of them.
No, and I get that. Always hard on us. Pushed us to be better. It wasn't until I was late 30s that my father looked at me and said, she was here for this. I want you to know that I'm very proud of you. That everything it was the first time my father acknowledged me as an equal to him. Because I've told him, I said, if I can earn your respect, if I can be half the man you are, I've lived a good life. And he looked at me and said, I'm proud of you because you are.
I think I told you before, I had labeled I was never going to graduate high school. I did.
Well, that's because you're special.
Hold on. I wasn't going to amount to anything. Okay. My father, I think the fact of, and you'll understand this, and it's a Shane Vince thing, is most dads want to see their son succeed, usually beyond anything they've done with their life.
Agreed.
In some narcissistic way, some fathers might say it to their kid, but never mean it. And I think this is the case with Vince and Shane, the fact of...
I think... We're talking. I just thought about this now. Just talking to you. I think Vince was threatened by Shane, and hear me out when I say this. Shane's a handsome man. He's articulate. He never had to fucking beg for shit because he was, again, by all intents and purposes, and everybody's
his wife.
Huh?
Look at Shane's wife.
Hold on. All intents and purposes. Shane has never had to ask or beg for shit other than his father's fucking love. And he has earned it on his own. He went out and he fucking broke the code, left the company, and made his own fucking fortune. And Vince could never do that because he had to do it on the back of his own father.
You think somewhere inside Vince at one point wanted Shane's wife?
I was not going there. What the fuck?
Well, that's what I'm saying to you.
I do think that Vince felt trapped. I think that Vince's idea where he had, because I don't think he loved Linda. I think he was lusted for Linda because she was.
Because I'll tell you this right now. If you look at Shane's wife, it's not exactly, Marissa Tomei is, from my cousin Vinny, and her name just happens to be Marissa. I'm saying to you is, Could there be some hidden?
What the fuck are you even going on? What left
If you let me
fucking
finish.
turn have you made? This is some Deliverance style shit.
No, if you let me finish.
No, who's paging Dr. Freud.
No.
Oh,
if you
yes,
let me
okay.
finish. In Vince's own sick world.
I thought that I had a weird, twisted opinion of Vince
No,
McMahon.
what I'm
This fucker
saying
over
is,
here is talking about he wanted to fuck his wife, his son's wife.
Remember, Shane's wife was a WWE commentator behind the scenes. Okay, she did the Saturday morning shows and stuff like that. In some weird way, was Vince pissed that she went with Shane?
I don't think so. I mean maybe, but I don't. I'm not looking
That's
at it
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
In
I
some
don't.
weird-
Okay, so
some
hold on.
sick,
Stop,
twisted
stop,
way.
please, just stop. Because I'm not trying to go into a tangent about fucking. Hold on. I don't want to go into a whole fucking tangent about some speculatory shit about Vince or Shane's wife.
No, I'm just saying was Vince mad because she?
Okay, but see now you sound like a fucking dirt sheet. You're going, oh, was it about his wife? No, I don't think that has. I think that ultimately we're breaking it down, base-born, everything else. Ultimately, what it comes down to is that I believe Vince was envious and jealous of his own fucking son because Shane, if you've ever seen the movie Fight Club, right? Tyler and fucking Jack have a conversation. Tyler looks at Jack and says, I look how you want to look. I fuck how you want to fuck. I am capable and able in every way that you are not. And I think that Shane McMahon, for all of his faults and everything that he's been judged for the Brock Lesnar, Royal Rumble shit, everything that he's ever done, was more capable, more charismatic, better looking, and more able to do things than Vince ever was. Was it because Vince gave him those opportunities? Sure, absolutely. Your parents, your parents should give you those opportunities.
Wait a minute. Don't say he didn't have to work for every.
I didn't say he didn't have to work. I said his dad did give him opportunities because he did. The motherfucker worked. I'm Team Simba. I will always be Team Simba. I will always think that fucking Shane is the shit. I love Shane. The problem I have is that Shane has had to deal with a lot of hard shit. And maybe Shane would, if I ever had a conversation with Shane McMahon and he didn't like what I had to say, I'd get it. I don't want anybody talking about my fucking dad. He's my fucking dad. I get it. But from an outsider looking in, Vince treated his son like a piece of shit. Vince hindered his son from being great. Not to say that Shane isn't great, not to say that Shane hasn't accomplished great things, but the stratosphere that Shane could have hit if he had a father that said, Shane, I worked my ass off to get here. Here's the ball. Carry that motherfucker further than I ever could.
Well, here's the problem with that. It got taken from under Shane's feet.
Yeah.
That rug got swept right
100%.
Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. When he said what he said when he came back on that Monday Night Raw on the Vince McMahon Legacy Award, and he's told people, you and your husband have run this company into the ground.
It wasn't them, though.
The thing that he said, but if you listen, I was allowed to go off and do other things while you and your husband. Here's the problem with that. Yes, Shane was the golden boy. Up until he mixed it up with a wrestler.
No, hold on.
Oh, hell yes.
Hey, listen to me.
No. If Stephanie McMahon does not mix it up with Paul Levesque, Shane takes over that company.
Hold on. I don't think that was it either. And this is my take.
I'm going to tell you why. And then this goes back to Shane's wife. She had gotten out of the business. Both daughter and son-in-law were in the business.
Hold on.
Very vocal that her getting involved with Paul was a huge issue, and he did not approve of that. He's been very vocal about that.
With Vince, it was always about keeping it family.
Let me finish. When Shane wanted to take over and do the ECW thing, the real life ECW thing, not the fucking invasion bullshit.
Yeah.
When Shane wanted his chance to start really taking over and learning and basically doing what Paul was able to do later in life. And Vince basically said, fuck that. I'll give it up when I'm dead. Shane said in the Mr. McMahon documentary, when that happened, the steak knife incident, all that, he said he had to leave so he didn't end up hating his father. He had to make a choice between being miserable or hating his father. And so he left.
But Dan, here's my question for you though. But he never said anything about hating his sister.
I don't think he does hate his sister.
No.
He doesn't agree with her fucking decisions.
At that moment, listen, it's really, put it this way. It's real easy to go after the old man in a case like that to where you want to put you're basically selling out the old man. You don't want to bring down your sister. And put it this way, Shane and Stephanie were very tight.
I think they're still tight. I think the issue is,
but at that point right there, did the tightness get separated?
Does it matter? I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Like,
okay. So have you ever heard of trauma bonding? I am. Jake, and I'm actually. Have you ever heard of trauma bonding?
He lost a bet.
No, I got the Hector virus. This is one of the side effects. I don't think that they hated each other, Gerard, because growing up in a situation similar with a parent that is like that, you bond with your siblings. You jump to them. You stick to them like fucking glue. They're your only fucking allies in that foxhole. So absolutely not. I think he loves his sisters. I think he loves his sister. I think he loves his fucking nieces or nephews, whatever, nieces. I think he thinks the world of them. I think him and Paul get along as much as I don't think he agreed with the situation.
Well, think about what you just said, and let's just put it in reality, okay? When you think about family like that, and when you're promised the Golden Dome, and you have the Golden Dome ripped out of your hands because the guy who's about to be your brother-in-law is.
I don't think it was because of that. I think because Shane left, Paul got that because I think that Vince said, "My son's gone. Let me put it on my son-in-law." I don't think that there was ever any fucking dream. Again, I hate this idea that everybody treats fucking Triple H and Paul Levesque like he's the fucking villain here. Whatever he did, he got with Stephanie. That's their business. The cheating allegations was with Joni, everything else, that's their business, okay? That's not my place. But he gets so much heat over the Shane shit. Shane left. Vince leaned on Paul. That's not Paul's fault. Paul's not the bad guy because he took advantage of a situation.
Maybe Shane gave Dad the ultimatum to where it's either him or it's me.
Maybe, but have you heard anything that's going to make you say that? No, you're speculating. And that's something we don't fucking do. We're not dirt sheets. We're not fucking your favorite fucking person over there. Fucking
listen,
if we speculate, we win. So.
Oh, geez. Okay, cowpote.
I'm going to say it to you like this, okay? We can both agree that regardless of how it went down, did it go down the way it should have gone down? No.
No. But this idea that you're trying to put out this narrative is how fucking bullshit and gossip starts, and I refuse to be part of that. I'm not going to sit here and make a speculatory fucking thing about Vince again, and I'll defend Vince here. I'm not going to speculate that Vince wanted to fuck Shane's wife. I'm not going to speculate.
I'm not saying that.
You said, could it be a possibility?
Well, you're saying he's a womanizer, so guess what?
Okay, but when you see him with his fucking son, okay?
A womanizer wants to do what? Sleep with every woman, right?
No, they want power over women.
Right.
A womanizer wants power over women.
Over every woman he comes in contact with.
It doesn't have to be every fucking woman. And so you're putting everything, you're painting a broad brush like, oh my God, Vince wants to fuck every woman. No,
Vince might have wanted to fuck every man too. Let's just put it out there.
Okay, but you're speculating, okay? Bret Hart once said that he believed that Shawn Michaels and Vince were fucking. Okay, he believes that. He's not saying it's true. He's saying, I believe that. Now, I'm saying, I don't believe that Vince was trying to fuck Shane's wife. There's no proof of it. There's no speculation. No one's ever really brought that up. Just like I'm saying that no one's ever said that because that Shane made an ultimatum with his dad and because he's not going to, it's me or Paul. No one's ever said that. That's never come up. I think.
Doesn't mean it can't be said.
Absolutely, but it doesn't mean that you need to start that rumor. What proof do you have that that's a possibility? What leads you to believe that that's a possibility? In any story, what facts do you have? Because if we're going to be us and we're going to be honest, there has to be something. There has to be smoke. There has to be smoke before there's fire.
And I'm saying to you like this, okay? With the way Vince was in the early 2000s with his stupid booking about the incestual roles.
I think that you could say you could sooner say that he wanted to fuck his own daughter before you could say that there's enough speculation and enough fact to say that he's trying to fuck his son's wife.
No, I'm remember now. Before Shane and Marissa became a couple, she was doing Saturday morning thing like WWF.
You know what I love about this? We were going to talk about fucking Mick Foley trying to get back into wrestling. We were going to talk about Gunther. And the fucking Cody Rhodes shit.
Oh, we can talk about that. So, all I'm saying is this, okay? In the lines of the great Jim Cornette, you believe it's a work until proven otherwise. And that's all I got to say.
I also don't believe that Jim Cornette ever said that we need to go back and fucking whatever.
Half the things that he says, he probably doesn't even remember saying.
Hold on. This is a message from Jacob. Miss you guys. It's hot as fuck out here. It's like 110 degrees.
But it's a dry heat.
Outside, my balls are sweat supreme. We love you, Jacob.
Hey, it's a dry heat, though.
Shut the fuck up. Why does everything have to be worse in fucking Massachusetts?
Well, put it this way. It was 99 here yesterday with the heat index.
Oh, no. 99. It was 104 last week.
Yeah, but you get no humidity down there.
Do you hear this guy?
I'm begging.
99. Oh, no.
I'll take 99 with like 40% humidity.
Okay.
I'm begging. Tomorrow's going to be 90 with the humidity in the 50s.
It's 90? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's 91.
Hey, but you know what, Dan? My head won't be warm. My head won't be cold.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh, see, look at
Space Monkey.
Even she said it. Mass heat. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. How'd she say it? Mass heat ain't the same as Texas. Yeah, Mama Tissa. Okay.
You leave her the fuck alone, you sick fuck. Put it back in your pants.
Wait a minute. Hold on, though. She's right. Mass heat ain't the same as Texas heat. You know what?
Okay, but Tissa, you have to understand. This guy is what we call the giant mangina. He has all he does is bitch because he wants to be here so bad. He bought a cowboy hat and he bought fucking cowboy boots with bedazzling on it because he wishes he could be George Strait.
Bedazzling? I don't have cowboy boots.
He wears fucking bedazzled jeans. He's just that guy.
Boots. No, not cowboy boots. But I do got a cowboy hat because my son bought me one.
Oh, your son's more of a cowboy than you'll ever be. I'm sorry.
No.
Yes.
It's a Stetson.
I got a Rodeo King. What
I'm saying is the fact of, okay, when it comes to Mass heat versus Texas heat, listen.
There you go. Thanks, Tissa. Look at that. No, sit the fuck down.
No. See?
Sit the fuck
Wait a minute.
down.
Hold on. Hey, how would you like this?
Oh.
Go to Texas in the wintertime when it's snowing. Go to Massachusetts in the wintertime when it's snowing. I'd much rather be in Massachusetts in the winter.
Now he's talking about wintertime. He's talking about wintertime.
because they got no. I have lived in both. Hey, they got no snow removal equipment down in Texas. The whole state.
We don't get snow, but that's because we don't get snow. We get ice.
Yeah, right. You don't get snow, you get ice. But you know what you have in the summertime that we don't have?
Beautiful fucking summers.
Right. You don't have humidity.
Yeah, you big old fucking China.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Oh.
But what were the three you were talking about Mick Foley?
Yeah. So again, to get off the fucking Vince nutsack, Mick Foley's talking about doing one more match.
And that should make me excited. Why?
Because he's one of your guys.
No. His best run is done and over with. And I don't need to see Mick Foley in the wrestling ring again. Don't need to.
Bang, bang.
Because he could end up like we all think Darby Allin's going to end up. He could end up doing one match and dying in the ring. Yeah, Dude Love, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Mankind, all need to stay retired. He's the only guy that goes to the Hall of Fame 4 times.
Cactus Jack Manson. That was his old name, Cactus Jack Manson.
He's actually going to be up in our area. He's actually going to be doing a comedy.
I'm not a big fan of Mick Foley. Never was I could see the times that he did good things for him, and that was great. But he's not on my Mount Rushmore.
He's going to be doing a comedy show about 20 miles from my house.
Oh, you gonna go see it?
2 weeks from now.
I didn't think he was very funny.
You know what his problem is?
I'm sure. I don't know, but I'm sure you're gonna tell us.
He's become woke.
I think he was always woke. He's
Yeah.
from New York. They're all woke.
Yep. All these people who say they're against the government and stuff like that, but guess what? They'll take that money to talk about the government. You know, hey, and
I do find it a little crazy that they'll talk shit about X, Y, and Z, but they were there. They worked there when fucking Trump, they did the Battle of the Billionaires. You didn't hate him then, but now you hate him now. Just make it make sense for me. You took the money. Look,
you know
I don't have an issue with CM Punk, but he took the money.
And guess what? He keeps his mouth shut about politics, doesn't he?
Now.
Yep.
He used to just.
He does.
Wait, no, is he still doing it?
He's going to protest. He's running.
Go on, go on.
Hey, you're on mute, dipshit.
I know, because I'm trying to get her to talk. I'm trying to get her to talk, so I muted myself. There you go. Nope. There.
Oh, this ain't fair. Keep your mic live if she ain't gonna talk. Oh, she axed herself out.
She's gonna kick your ass.
You know how I feel about women beating me up.
Well, that's the end of the show, everybody. We'll see you next week. But no, I don't give 2 fucks about Mick wrestling again. I don't care. I'm happy he's happy. Good for him. He found AEW, and that's great.
What got to me is how he come out and said, "Oh, the 2 styles behind the curtain is totally different." I'm like, Mick, you've been there for a cup of coffee, and you're gonna talk about how the 2 styles behind the curtain are different? I'll tell you, Mick, when you were collecting that check from WWF for 20 years, did you have a problem for 20 years when you're collecting that nice little check that, oh, wait a minute, allowed you to have your family, raise your family, live in a house? Oh, you know, put your body through what you put your body through.
But no one asked him to fucking do that.
You're right. He did it on his own and made a hell of a living off of it. And Mrs. Foley's baby boy finally won the title.
Well, no, but this is okay. He won the title in the Worcester, Massachusetts. This is something that's always bugged the shit out of me about that. No one asked him to jump off the fucking cage. No one asked him to put his body in those positions. He made a conscious choice because he wanted. He said it himself. He wanted to give the fans what he thought they paid for. So this idea
So he's a stupid son of a bitch.
So this idea that Mick Foley is a victim, he made millions of dollars. He
Yes,
lives
he
a
did.
comfortable fucking life. Stick it up your fucking ass.
Yep.
You know what I hate the most? Is people that are famous that decide that they're political pundits and they decide that they get to fucking tell us how to fucking feel about things. You don't. I don't give a fuck if you're fucking famous and your opinion. You're not making those decisions. You're just gaslighting a bunch of people to fucking try to fall in line with your beliefs because let's just be honest, a lot of people are fucking sheep that'll follow whatever a fucking celebrity says instead of doing the research for themselves and making an educated decision. If that educated decision leads you to the left, leads you to the right, or keeps you in the middle, it doesn't matter to me as long as you're making that decision for yourself. The second you decide to be influenced by some sort of fucking YouTuber, wrestler, celebrity of any kind, and you don't have the balls to go and make a decision for yourself, you're wasting my time, you're wasting your time. Go fuck yourself. That has been my TED Talk.
I think people who do their lives based on what celebrities say, you know, you're told as a young person, are you going to be the follower or, you know, you're going to be the head of the table?
Oh, Jesus.
No. And they also have to put their pants on one leg at a time, just like the rest of us do. These people who follow what celebrities say closely, religiously, it's like, put it like this. I get it. She's popular. I don't live my life off what Taylor Swift says and does.
But you are a Swiftie.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Right?
No, I'm lying on the cold hard ground.
Right now I'm at Ella Langley. Okay. If you want to go that far. Anywho, living your life off celebrity status and or any pro athlete, wrestler, anything you want to look at, entertainer, you should check yourself in the mirror if you have to live your life for what other people say.
But I get it. Okay, so again, it took me on.
Put this, Dan. In the movie The Wrestler, they showed a part of that about when they were talking to the girl who played Saraya Knight, Paige. We don't need you to be the best version of this person.
Are you talking about the wrestler or fucking wrestling with my family?
Wrestling with my family.
I don't remember Ronnie the Ram saying that.
No, we don't need you to be the best person of this over here. We need you to be the best you. Be the best you. And that's what people today forget.
So, but Gerard, okay, so I'm kind of like dovetailed into both your philosophy of when you grew up and the internet philosophy. And it took me almost 40 years to realize I don't need to give a fuck about what anybody else thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. Because I'm fucking too old, I'm too broken, and too bitter to give two fucks that anybody's gonna
I don't have a filter.
Clearly. But can you turn your mic down a little bit?
But a lot of people.
Why am I echoing? Am I echoing because of your mic?
No, but a lot of people in my generation, we weren't built with filters. We were not born to be politically correct.
But what I'm saying, Gerard, is like I when we first started the show, a couple years ago, I was very concerned about not trying to fucking ruffle feathers and not, you know what, let's just try to be nice about shit. And it didn't make me happy. It made me miserable because I'm constantly having to tell Jacob, okay, don't say that, Jacob. We can't talk about that. Oh, Gerard, shut the fuck up. And now, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Well, because
I'm happier.
The one thing we do have is the First Amendment on our side.
Hey, but that has nothing to do with it. I'm not talking about law. I'm not talking legally. I'm talking about my own peace of mind that I'm not. It wasn't about getting sued, Gerard. It wasn't about.
Hey, no, what I was going to say is I lost peace of mind a long time ago. You want to know why? I worked in this damn business that taught me. If
Because you live in Massachusetts?
No, because when you work in the business, you realize one thing. If you sweat the small stuff in life, like somebody said, if you sweat that small stuff, you wouldn't have to shave your head. The stress level that's on your body.
What the fuck does shaving my head have to do with that?
No. What I'm saying is you lose your hair naturally because of the stress that you would put on your body. And I got 3 things in my life I need to stress about. My family, my job, and my health. That's what I stress about. Other than that, I could give a shit. And
you brought up the First Amendment and all that. It had nothing to do with it, Jerome. When we first started the show, my whole issue about it was, I wanted to be politically correct. I didn't want to say shit. Blah, blah. I don't care. But we're not making money off the show. We're just a bunch of guys.
Politically correct.
Well, we're a bunch of guys who love wrestling, grew up on wrestling. We have in myself. I present some of the present. You present the past, and Jacob has always presented the future of where wrestling is going to go, and that's what made it very interesting.
Jacob present whatever's on his mind.
And that's the thing. That's a beautiful thing about Jacob is he's part of this generation.
Yeah.
And then we had fucking Trips to come in and kind of wrangle us together because she is basically the Tard Wrangler. She keeps us all fucking together. She has to wrangle us cattle in.
But we call her the godmother.
But me and Jacob are spush. We ride a short bus to get to work every day. It's just how we are.
I'm still cross-eyed and drooling.
Well, yeah, that's because you eat too much paste. But when I decided a couple weeks ago, I just said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna look." I didn't say names. I didn't say this. I tried to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to upset anybody. But there's shit that's gonna piss me off, and I'm gonna say it, and I may change my mind. You're allowed to change your mind. Look, I don't like Brandon Thurston because I've watched him do some very shady shit to get a story. I don't like your favorite person from the Panhandle. What's his name?
Leroy Cole.
Lee Cole. Because I think he's a slimy fucking douchebag. And he manipulates people. How'd the sub-botting go? Didn't work out too well. I don't like these people because of their fucking actions, and I kept my mouth shut because I was trying to be fucking, that's pretty nice, and hold hands. I just don't care. There are plenty of people I don't give up. I don't. Having a cancer scare will fucking open your eyes up real quick because there are more important things than fucking worrying about people's fucking feelings. Okay? It does it to you. Thinking you're going to die and really looking at the world through those fucking ruby tinted glasses makes you go, okay, fuck it. And so I joined you and fucking Jacob and just basically going, fuck it. If I like AEW this week, great. I like AEW. If I like WWE this week, which is probably not going to happen, I like WWE. If I want to tell you that I think Brandon Thurston's a fucking dickhead, then I'm going to tell you Brandon Thurston and Dave Meltzer are dickheads. I don't need to kiss Dave Meltzer's ass because he's got a 5-star system. I don't have to like the fact that Jim Cornette's a woke piece of shit at times, but I love his fucking takes on wrestling.
How many times have I said before that I thought Vince Russo was a moron? I meet the guy in person, and you know what? I realized
he's a fucking moron.
No, I told you what I realized. He has a gimmick. He sells his gimmick.
Okay, but does he though?
No.
Viagra on a pole, that was a gimmick.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying the fact of in wrestling, the only way you make money when you're on your own is to sell your gimmick. That's it. You sell what works for you. If being nice is what works for you, then you sell being nice. If being an asshole is what works for you, be your asshole.
But it goes back to my style of wrestling that I like. You and I've talked about it, and it's a good way of bringing it full circle. I don't like gimmick wrestling. I don't need to see Duke the Dumpster Drosy. I don't need to see Hector Virus Gerard. I just need to talk to Gerard Millette, my friend, and have a good time doing it. So if I like that, why do I need to be watered down me pretending to be something I'm not?
Well, to put it like this, women will go to bed with a lot of dogs and wake up with some fleas before they find Mr. Right.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I'm saying is a fact.
I'll say he's like retarded Buddha.
No. Hey, listen. My son did my family tree. Okay.
Balls itch.
And
therefore must be scratched.
Yes. No. He did our family tree and he kind of.
You're not fucking William Shakespeare, all right? You're not.
No, and I'm just saying, is the dude to come out and tell me, Dad, we're related to William Shakespeare, and all I said to him,
well, I guess the talent skips the generation.
to be or not to be, but
Tissa, I don't know. He's,
and I'm saying he tried to tell me we're 13 first cousins removed and stuff like that. Now, in all honesty, my grandparents did come over on the Mayflower. My great grandparents, okay, did come over on the Mayflower. But I'm saying is like this, okay?
Did you know that I'm twice removed cousins from Pablo Escobar?
What? Wait, we don't need no stinking badges. Who is that guy? I'm saying is when we look at wrestling, we want it to be an extension of reality to where we can have a break from it and say, you know what?
Great. But here we are, you and I. This is not a gimmick. This is two guys who really love wrestling. Two guys who love the history of wrestling. And I argue that there's very few people out there that could sit down and have a conversation with you and I and keep up with combined. I'm not saying it alone. I'm sure there's plenty of people that could outshine us by ourselves, but together can talk to somebody fluidly about WCCW, can talk about the old school style, old school of Jake the Snake, etc. Because that's how much we loved it, right? Now, that being said, what makes us different, I believe, is that we're genuinely these people. If I were to meet somebody who actually, like if I met Tissa, I'm me. I'm not some character. I'm just fucking me, a guy who talks shit and loves wrestling. I've met you, and I can guarantee y'all, as fucking goofy as he is, this is Gerard. This is not a fucking gimmick. That's who Gerard is. And what I am tired of is gimmicks.
I put an email to somebody. I want you to listen for my email, and then I'm going to tell you their response. Unlike someone else who only lived off what his brother told him, I actually did work for the company.
He's talking about Lee Cole, everybody. He's talking about Lee Cole. Just put it out there. You ever heard of Lee Cole? He's talking about Lee Cole.
I worked for the company, so it would have been about 36 years ago that I started working for the company, and I got to learn a lot about the business. I wish that old school way was still the way the business was run today. The internet killed kayfabe, and that ruined the business. To try and get one over on the fans today, it takes a miracle of silence. Back then, if it got leaked out, there was only a handful.
Yeah, but see, okay. To time after that email. Okay, so to get one over on the business and actually keep kayfabe, all of the Seth Rollins knee injury spot, right? How many people were so upset at Seth Rollins because he lied to them? Oh God, he lied to his knee. We thought he was hurt. Oh my God.
How many people are going to be upset if John Cena gets back into the freaking ring because he took the money from Saudi Arabia?
Oh no, John, you piece of shit. You lied to us. Brock Lesnar didn't really retire. I cried at WrestleMania because the trips he retired and he came back.
They have joined a long list of people to where wrestling has found out one thing. It's like, okay, rock people who go out and say this is our last tour. 3 years after they say it's their last tour, they start.
Brother, I'm from Texas. How many fucking retirement tours has George Strait had?
Retirement tours, none. He does 6 shows a year, but he used to do 30 to 35. Okay,
but they were supposed to be his last show. He goes out there.
No. He said, "I'm retiring from touring."
No. Because I remember, because I had a friend who had. Hold on, I had a friend who had tickets to his very first retirement tour. When did we meet? Over 10 years ago. Okay. So 10 years ago, that was his first retirement tour.
He's retired in 2014 from the full-time touring schedule.
No. Okay, Mr. Massachusetts, listen to me. The man who was from Texas who was born listening to fucking George Strait.
He's a George Strait apologist.
He is. This guy's yes.
Hey, for everybody
He went
over
to one
70,
concert and thinks he's a fucking expert.
No, for everybody over 70, I will apologize to the 70-year-olds and the 80-year-olds. I'm just saying to you like this, okay? If John Cena gets back into the ring, the amount of money and time WWE spent.
How pissed off did people get when Sean came back?
Oh, they were livid
For one fucking match.
for one, and it was brutal. It was brutal.
But there's a double standard because when Steve Austin and Kevin Owens had that match, which wasn't bad for a guy who's retired.
Steve never officially retired though.
No, you're fair. But this is the problem with the current fucking product with wrestling fans. One, a lot of them are fucking pussies. Let's just say what it is. Call it like it is. But two, they're so invested. They believe that they're owed something. Motherfucker, you're given the privilege of watching these guys perform. You're not owed shit. These are the same guys that show up and fucking harass Rhea Ripley, harass AJ fucking Lee, harass Bailey, whenever they do, harass all these fucking wrestlers, and then they get surprised when they get a fucking slap across the back of the face.
Could you imagine? And this, I wish this day would ever happen. Performers did something like this. Now, goes away from the blue dot special, whatever it's called.
Tissa, you love the barbed wire match because this is like the sixth time you brought it up. Yes, they're violent, they're wonderful. I did like the New Japan.
I would love it if one day no fans went into the building for the start of the show. You come on live and there's not a fan in the freaking building. Basically, the fans boycott a show.
Yeah, did you not remember COVID?
No, I'm saying to you, they're supposed to have a sold-out show and not one fan's in the building. Then they show the camera outside. Everybody's outside because nobody wants to go into the building as a protest. Okay?
Is that because the match is going to be The Miz versus a cardboard cutout?
Wait,
Listen.
Yeah, show that video.
Speaking of that,
I'm going to show you a video, Gerard.
keep talking about
So, Gerard has a dream. Gerard has a dream. And that dream is for The Miz to wrestle himself at WrestleMania.
No, I did not say a cardboard cutout. If you're gonna represent me right.
All right, then tell the audience you're booking. Your grand
My booking was this: a guy who could cut the promo against himself for a couple weeks to where he was gonna wrestle himself, but using the alter ego 1 week and then the other week. And in the ring 1 week, you'd have his cardboard cutout while he stood on the stage. And then the next week, the cardboard cutout be on the stage. He'd be in the ring. In other words, he'd be trying to go against himself. To get me the guy that could cut that promo, I think would be extremely entertaining to do a heel and a baby face week after week and put the other guy over week after week. I think it'd be entertaining.
This is the same guy that now says that Vince Russo is his new best friend.
But then come the time for the real match, they actually put a kibosh to it, or you have somebody come out dressed in the other guy's outfit or whatever like that. I'm just saying for entertainment value, it'd be entertaining.
For entertainment.
Good Lord. It's like, listen, when we used to see the bra and panties matches, the wrestling sucked. It was entertaining, though.
Was it?
Hey, as a young man, very much so.
Gerard?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with puppies. I hated eggplants, though.
You hear this, man? You find it? All right.
Uh-oh. What the?
Hey guys, that's a wrap on freaking Clash in Italy. What's the matter, RG? You just couldn't let Oba be over. You couldn't just let him carry that momentum from WrestleMania. No, you had to just ruin it. Whenever you can have one of your top young stars get his first loss to a guy that's retiring in 2 months, that's just what you gotta freaking do. Yeah, and besides, he's probably going to get the honor of retiring Brock Lesnar. He already did. We already did that. He already retired him. He just came back as if none of it ever happened. Already retired him and people were loving him for it. And then we're just going to do it again? Sometimes you got to stall. Sometimes you got to drag things out. That's all we do is drag things out. And then by the time we finally pay stuff off, people don't even care anymore. That's a blatant lie, RG. For example, the first match of the night, Cody and Gunther. Date, boss. That match gave me a little tingle. Foot's under the bottom rope and the referee missed it, so now Gunther's going to be mad and they'll do a rematch in Saudi Arabia next month. And why did we do that finish? To freaking stall and drag it out a little bit. Yeah. So then we got Rhea versus Jade. The whole story here is that the referee was missing the rope breaks. Yeah, so the ending of match 1 is that the referee misses an obvious rope break and it results in a finish. And then referee 2 comes out for the second match and he don't know how to look for a rope break either. It's so freaking clever. Greatest booking I've ever heard of in my life. And then we got Brock versus Oba. These people loved this. Did you hear that crowd? They were going nuts. Hunter, that crowd would have gone nuts for the Spirit Squad. Me and Sean sent them to OVW. Hunter, and again, that was hilarious. But also, you know what I mean? It was good to see my girl Sol Ruka. And again, win the title. Sean, I agree with that. Can we please not give her the Lyra Valkyria treatment and just have her fall off the face of the earth as the champion? You don't have a thing to worry about there, RG. Oh, is that right? Because you seem to have completely forgot that Liv Morgan is the women's world champion. We're doing freaking great stuff with her. She's in the Queen of the Ring tournament. A tournament to earn the right to face the world champion. Of which she already is. She's the world champion. So she get a tournament to try to face herself? So then we got the main event, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, tribal combat. Roman Reigns gets a win. Tale as old as time. I honor you, my tribal chief. What a nerd. And you know what's really cool? Is that after the match, MFT. Dude, I love Mufta. Why is MFT a part of this? Because MFT stands for my favorite Tongans. And it's time to get them back involved with the bloodline, baby. Because the bloodline's why we do what we do.
Liv Morgan's going to face herself. It's Gerard's dream.
Well, bow chicky wow wow.
I bet you he
And
likes
back
her.
come the pudding and the eggnog matches.
Vivid video. Well, you know what? They might as well go to that. This match brought to you by Vivid Video.
I don't think he's coming back.
Why?
I don't know. He's taking his glasses off even.
Oh my God. I have left Dan speechless. Ladies and gentlemen, I have finally cracked Dan. 75 shows in, I have cracked Dan. My God. I thought he was more solid than a boiled egg. Oh, I apologize. You broke. Yep, I broke the wokeness in him. Nope, I broke Dan. Ugh.
I can no longer be seen with you, so I'm going to wear a mask on.
Hey, at least you're not El Grande Americano.
That mask comes at the end of the month.
Oh, okay. The greatest luchador of all time.
No, I'm actually being La Parca right now. Okay, one of the great, a guy who says he knows wrestling. I wish Jacob was here because he would have marked out for this fucking mask. You, on the other hand, he thinks that El Grande Americano has really been alive for 100 years.
Yep.
Which one?
The text I sent y'all that Pete Dunne was the producer of that El Grande Americano versus
It was amazing,
Americano
wasn't
match.
it? Yeah, the match that fucking Gerard loved so much. The only Lucha Libre match he's ever really watched was done by a Brit named Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was.
But this way, that's why it was so physical. That guy is a Brit Darby Allin.
What?
Pete Dunne is like Darby Allin.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Pete Dunne is fucking vicious.
No,
He is-
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he will do stupid stuff to his body, and he'll beat the
No,
hell-
he doesn't. He does stupid shit to other people's bodies.
Yeah, he's a fucking barbarian. It's not the
yeah.
same thing.
Rugged Ronnie Garvin. Is that what that freaking Pete? I think Pete Dunne probably must have played Rugged Ronnie Garvin videos as a kid.
I can almost see that, but there's no way he's fucking Darby Allin. What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker right here? What the fuck?
Rugged Ronnie Garvin and fit.
I would argue he's more like Fit Finley than anybody else.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne would not be caught in yoga pants and tiny little shoes like Darby Allin. Thank you very much.
Well,
And Daisy Dukes.
hey, by the way, I got a question for you. I haven't been able to see this video. What is this gruesome?
Is it a vivid video or is it a
Was it
regular-
a vivid video? Is that what you're looking for? A vivid video?
Video of Sheamus injuring himself in a gym.
Oh, I saw the aftermath. Let me see if I can find it.
Did he pull his dick or something? What happened?
I guess it's something to his head. He had some kind of.
I like Sheamus. All bullshit aside, I do like me some Sheamus.
Gruesome head injury in gym fail.
Yeah, but Mama, I did break Dan. Look at, he has to put on a mask now.
I can't be seen with him anymore because he's such a fucking jackass.
Ooh,
Keep it up, and I'm gonna go to my Canadian accent, eh?
see how big that gash is?
Jeez. Motherfucker. Welcome to Concussion Town. We can't show that, but
Why not? It was in his gym. It wasn't for WWE. It was
no,
in his gym.
because the wound will get taken off fucking live stream.
It's not even a 7-second clip.
It's not. It's
I
a.
haven't found the clip.
It's the fucking wound. It's
Oh.
a gaping fucking wound.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right, just wondering.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
But it'd be like showing Chad Gable's wound when he was done at the end of that match.
No,
too?
okay.
Come on, you can speak. It's okay. We'll get through this. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. Dan. Keep it up. I'm going to go back to my romper room days. Oh, and I see Dan. Do you have a headache? It's not a headache. Maybe it's a tumor. It's not a tumor.
You are my fucking tumor.
Oh, someone needs a Advil. Mama, we go through this every weekend.
You are just fucking special educated.
Educated specially.
Ugh. Aw.
Boards do hit.
What? What is she looking at?
It's Sheamus. He went where he hurt himself.
Oh. What did he do? Drop a dumbbell on his head?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That's what we're trying to find out. He
Oh,
said
okay.
boards do hit back. Ooh.
Oh, no. Listen.
I don't think Gerard's ever heard is that he's lovable before.
Wait a minute. You both can be window lickers?
She just called you retarded.
Well, so it's not saying what he did. It's just saying that he shared a.
By the way, my wife tells me all the time I'm lovable. Just not for her.
That's the image.
God! He's wearing the right shirt, though. I'll give him that credit. He's wearing the right shirt.
How it happened. It just says that.
I'm about to make Gerard's day right now, so I want you to like record this.
We're live streaming literally recording.
So, ma'am, smartass, really. My favorite basketball player of all time. I know some people would say Dominic Wilkins. They might say fucking Michael Jordan. Some people would say Kobe Bryant. Hell, some would go so far as to say LeBron James. They'd be wrong, but they would say LeBron James. My favorite basketball player of all time, of any generation, he is hands down the greatest of all time. Larry motherflipping Bird.
Only, you know, what's sad is about you know you say that right. Only player Michael Jordan said he ever feared too. He goes because Larry was the greatest crap talker of all time, according to
But
Michael
Larry
Jordan.
was that good, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like he played in the league, he was ahead of his time.
Put it this way,
Bird.
think about it. Since him, has there been another white hope?
Why do you got to make it about fucking race? I'm just talking about like Larry Bird, for fuck's sake.
Listen, 1981, 1984, 1986, we won the
If we
championship.
get thrown off the air, it's because of you. It's not because of me. And I talk a lot more brutal shit. If we ever get thrown off, it's because of your
81, 84, 86, we won the championship because of Larry Bird. Okay. 1992 Dream
What's
Team.
wrong, Tissa? You didn't like Larry Bird's package?
Oh, I agree with her. that tight gym shorts. Oh my God. But even though all the NBA teams nowadays look like they wearing the gangster rap down to,
Oh Jesus Christ! What the?
you know, I'd be just happy for a happy medium and not be like everything's baggy all the time. But I'm just saying is, yes, you got it right on this one. But I'm just saying is, yes, you got it right on this
We
one.
only have 13 minutes left.
The 1992 Dream Team with Larry, you know. So, yes, the worst part about Larry was that injury caused his career to end quicker than expected. But in his memory, the NBA does have a Larry Bird clause, which means a team can re-sign any player to any contract they want, only their own player, though.
Remember when this was a wrestling podcast?
I do. All I said is that my favorite basketball player was Larry Bird.
You started this, though.
It's
That
not
is,
my fucking fault.
it's on you.
So we got like 9 minutes. I do want to talk about something.
Jade Cargill.
Oh, because she got her weave snatched last night? No, I do want to talk about Obafemi really quick. So he beat Brock at WrestleMania pretty definitively. And then in Clash in Italy, we had that match. I didn't think it was a bad match. I just didn't care that we didn't need to see it. Brock gets his win back. I'm fucking tired of this shit, man. Just I like Obafemi just fine. Let the motherfucker go on a tirade. Let him fucking beat Roman, whatever it may be. Let the new rival be fucking Oba versus Roman. Fuck, I don't care. What do you think, Gerard? Do we need to keep doing this shit? This is some Vince McMahon booking.
I said it to, he's on vacation, so he could not chime in tonight. I said it to Lee the other day, and I said it to him.
Lee Cole?
No, Leland.
I know.
And I said it to him. He's convinced the trilogy is going to end at SummerSlam.
Great. We don't need it.
I said to him this. Here you have Oba rising with the fans.
Oh.
What's going on with him, with Brock, is not hurting him. If it was hurting him, I'd have a problem with it. Okay?
You want to know what's hurting him? You want to know what's hurting him? That should have been fucking Gunther. It should have been Gunther at SummerSlam to retire Brock.
Correct. But because it's in Minnesota, and right now,
I thought he was going to say Minnesota.
right now they have a third of the seats sold. I think in Saudi Arabia in 2 weeks' time, you're going to see somebody else come back who the internet this week is rampant with rumors that he's upset again and stuff like that. But I think he's going to come back in Saudi Arabia.
That was fake. He did not ask for his release.
I know. That was correct.
I figured that you'd be more excited to know that it's a new day. Yes, it is. I think when they go to AEW, that's going to be.
Well, if they show up in London for All In, my question is this. First of all, they can't be called New Day. They can call it Old Ways, but not New Day. Will it really make people change the channel?
Look at the ratings. They're already changing the channels. Look at the arenas. They're already changing the channels.
What I'm saying is the fact of more WWE guys changing to AEW that the crowds weren't watching on WWE. If you're not going to watch on one, you're not going to watch on the other.
Okay, but you also have more people that are leaving WWE for this other promotion because that other promotion.
I'm going to give you the biggest reason why. TNT, you can get it with your cable subscription. Netflix, you got to actually pay for.
Great. That's another reason they're watching.
And
it doesn't matter how they're doing it. They're doing
because,
it.
Some asshole came out last week and said that WWE on Netflix only gets 700,000 viewers a week. And that asshole needs to get his head out of his ass.
Is that your buddy Meltzer?
I remain not to say any names because I'm calling him an asshole.
Who is it? Don't be a pussy.
Like I said, I'm not naming any names. It could be the guy you. It could be the guy you're mentioning, but I'm not going to mention his name because.
Oh, it is. So you're basically because we don't. I know you don't like David Meltzer.
Hey, he's a pot. The guy that I'm talking about is a pot-faced pimple. Pot-faced pimple.
What is Dave?
Huh?
You look. You go so far as when you say his name, you don't call him Dave. You say, "I'm fucking David Meltzer." You fucking say his government name.
His name rhymes with pretzel. No, I'm just kidding.
Pretzler? Reminds me of Pretzler?
Yeah.
I don't like Dave Meltzer either. And again, I should like Dave Meltzer because he's all about AEW. He fucking sucks the fucking taint of Tony Khan.
He's almost as bad as Richard Belzer, but that's okay. But anywho, when these guys talk, when he talks that shit out of his ass, like when I was talking to Lee, he goes, "I can't believe you're defending that guy." And I said to him, I'm not defending him. If he says 700,000 live, let's just say he says 700,000 live, right? But with Netflix, you can put it on at 802. You're no longer live if you started at 802. But that number doesn't get figured into the live show.
Nor should it.
Correct. So if I told him, he goes, "You're defending?" I said, "No. I'm saying is, look at total hours viewed versus who's watching live. Because
no one cares.
Right. If I can watch it at 9, if I can put it on at 9 o'clock and still be done by 10:15.
Okay, so WWE, once you hear this, it's going to be hard for you to pill to swallow. It's not the only show in town. Other people have other likes, other joys. AEW happens to be that. They're counter to what WWE is, and they don't have to try to counter program. WWE is threatened by AEW. Road Dogg has already come out and pretty much confirmed that. AEW doesn't give a fuck.
No.
They're just doing their own thing.
And like I said to somebody, okay, we are going to get a test in 2 weeks' time. We got 4 shows in one weekend in 2 weeks. We have 4 shows.
I'll probably watch one.
Okay. I'm going to put it to you like this. The number 1 show for that weekend should be Saudi Arabia.
No one cares.
Will it be, though?
I don't know. And the reason why I say that is because much like the fucking spectrum of the states, people are getting tired. People are burned out. People have had WWE and more importantly, TKO fatigue.
Listen,
I'm listening.
I hate to say it, but AEW right now is more cost efficient than any other listen, TNA is overcharging. The cost efficient right now, Dan, let's put it like it is. If you got WWE and AEW coming to your town, for a family of four, it's going to cost you $200 to go EW. Okay? A family of four is going to cost you $1,000 to go see WWE. Which one are you taking? You're going to go see, you know what? I'm going to go see the AAA team over the Major League team because why?
All I could think of is right now because he just started praising AEW.
Kill that shit. I'm saying is,
I'm not going to say shit. You're praising AEW. I never thought this day would. No. I had to shave my head. I'm
actually destroying the competition, not praising them. I'm saying is when you got the cheapest tickets in town, it's real easy for people to come to you.
They're not undercharging, though. They're not giving away tickets. People are generally coming because they want to see the product.
Don't say that, because I've asked people before, tickets sold versus tickets done. Their tickets sold. Hey, you know WWE doesn't give away one ticket for free. Not one. There is no such comps.
Yeah, she's supposed to be your fucking like homie from the fucking same goofy place you are.
Cheap doesn't mean crap. Yeah, exactly. Well, I never said that. Hey, listen, okay? I like country music. I like country girls.
Look, I think we're getting to a point in time where you have no other choice. And I knew that was going to take that. I knew at some point it would have to be that. You can't deny that All Elite Wrestling is absolutely on an upswing. MJF carrying the company. Kenny Omega looking better. Will Ospreay, I think that you're going to like him. Swerve Strickland as a heel, I think you like that as a heel because you always bring up the fact of if they bring in Javon Evans to take the place of Swerve Strickland. You wouldn't say that unless there was something to take the place of. So you see the talent there. Now the next step is to give them a fair shake. That's all I ask of you is to give them a fair shake.
Hey, and I'll put it like this. You know what can turn around WWE real quickly?
What?
If they got off the boring fucking old timers and get the new guys going.
But we have talked about this, bringing it full circle. We're about to be done with the show, but bringing it full circle. What has WWE been known for doing? The same repetitive, cookie cutter, macabre cartoon.
Because you got the same freaking writers that been there 30 years ago. They're still today.
And you're sitting here, and what is the definition of insanity, Gerard? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, and
the same thing we criticize our kids for. They do get away with it, and we're not expecting to criticize
because you let them get away with it.
Not me.
Yes,
I haven't bought a ticket since WrestleMania.
But you can't afford it.
Nope. Since WrestleMania 14, I haven't bought a ticket.
Because you can't. Well, no, because your cheap ass usually gets free tickets, but two, you can't afford it. And they cut your ass. And the reason why is they cut your ass up. Now, if you're in Texas, at any point in time, if you're in the DFW area, and you're here with and an AW show's there, you and I and Atomic at Trips can go. We can go and have a good time and critique the show. And if Jacob was here, we could go on a drop of a dime. Oh, okay, and we'll get good seats doing it.
Listen, I could have got good seats at the Sportatorium too.
And that was a hell of a place. And you would have never complained, even though the AC stuck there.
But I know I would have complained about one thing. Like the old Boston Garden, no freaking AC.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. AEW is the underdog. I have no idea what you're talking about, Tissa.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I am. If AEW is much like you and me, we are against the grain. We do our own thing. And in a world, and this is what always freaks me out about you.
Grain.
Hold on. This has always freaked me out about you. I never understood it. You are someone who fights for the underdog. Hey, Mel. You're someone who's always believed in doing the right thing. You've always believed in trying to be honest. And because you've done that, you've gotten pretty far in life. WWE, good people, Tess. WWE is doing everything counter to that. They are lying. They're hustling people out of money. They're doing all these horrible things that you don't stand for, and yet you, and I think it's because you're a loyal person, have defended them every step of the way. But I need you to understand, this WWE isn't the WWE that you worked for. This isn't the WWE that put Sid Vicious next to a kid in a suit and threw his ass against a barricade when you were having the time of your life. This isn't the WWE where the Road Warriors busted your balls and tried to drop their armor on you. This isn't the WWE.
I still got scars for that, by the way, you bastard.
This isn't the WWE where you would go and have the hairstylist cut your hair like Ted DiBiase because you thought it was cool. This isn't the WWE that made you love the business. And now you have a company who's trying their damnedest, maybe not everything you like, but trying their damnedest to do right by their fans, to do right by the legends. Look what they did for Sting. And they're trying to do right by people like you who have been betrayed. And you won't even give them a chance.
All of you Marks have been listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.